Alright, YouTube, an update. I think I showed in the last clip that I got the Aztecing done on the top saucer. I've just done the bottom saucer. And, let's see if I can get that in there so you can see. Because of the mismatched sheets on decals, I had to use two decals that were not supposed to go in that spot, so I had to cut them into place, and that was fun. that was sarcasm if you couldn't tell. Basically, what the issue was is the one that went in this region right here. It took me like 5-6 times of reapplying it to. Notice I said reapplying it to get it to stay in position. It kept wanting to roll up as I was drying it off with Q-tips. But the more important thing is, let's see if I can get this in frame. Not sure, but the decals that go right here on the edge of the saucer, they are tricky, and they are these ones. Okay. Here's what I learned on the very first one. Is that they come on this sheet, it looks like this, and they're in this region. I'm going to actually apply one here on camera so you can see what I have to do. Because I have to do a special trimming in order to make it fit right. So I don't know if this is because I have removed paint and done some sanding and maybe the dimensions of the model has changed, but I'm not sure if it's going to show up. But the glistening, okay, well, you see the light gray lines on there. On the outer ones you have to trim off some of the clear so that it fits on here without a problem. So that's what I'm going to do. Because the clear was overlapping the plastic on at least one side. That's pretty tight on that side. I'll be good there. Okay, so now I'm going to dip it in my water, let it loosen up. Some people, when they put these in water, they actually like to let the decals come loose off the paper and just float in the water and then pick them out. I don't like to do that. I like to use the backing paper as sort of a method to slide it on nicely. So, I don't know if you can see how I've got some of it hanging off. So I come in here and with my thumb, I hold it in one spot, and then I slide the paper away out from underneath it. And it's really hard to line it up with the neighboring one. I'm just going to let you know that, especially on this small model. But tell you right now, even one side almost looks like it's hanging off the plastic. But anyway, that's what I've had to do with, let me get it in frame here without shadow. That's what I've had to do. I'm talking about this one right there. This one I just applied. And it's a little bit tricky and laborsome, and I don't even like the way that one went down, to be honest with you. There really is very little space on the plastic to get those on properly. So, just know that if you do this model, you might struggle with them. Additionally, the Aztecing, here's some of the leftover ones that I have. So when I did the top saucer, I trimmed the top part of the Aztecing away, put the bottom part on, and later went around and then added the top part, and it overlapped some of them a little bit. So some spots it's a little dark. That's fine. It was okay. But what I realized was that just the bottom strip in the Aztecing can actually be removed, and then it perfectly fits the saucer. So if anybody gets this model, and I think this is the 1 in 1,000th scale, um, do that. Just trim that bottom piece off, and then you're not gonna have a problem. And I know some of you are thinking, well, you could just overlap it on the edge of the saucer and whatnot, but the way its dimensions are, it's not going to fit well, and it's just going to make a mess. So trim it away. I don't know if that is just a negligence on AMT's part or not. I have no idea why that's like that. But anyway, that's some of my advice for this, and I'm going to continue to put on the rest of the edge of the saucer pieces, and then figure what else I can put on that I'd like to put on the model, and then go from there. So I'll catch you on the next clip. All right, YouTube. I believe I'm at a stage of completion. Perhaps you can kind of see that in the shot. So I'll state again, this is the 1 in 1,000th scale model. And there are bigger scales out there. I am kicking myself wishing I had bought one of the larger scales, but not the largest, obviously. I would not have the room for the largest, although I'd love to do the large one. I think it's 1 in 350. But I would have preferred to do one that's like 1 in 750 or something like that. And I know they've been out there, that somewhere in that ratio. It'd be a lot easier to do the detail painting, and then of course the application of the decals. And that's kind of the another one of the things, some of you probably remember from my earlier video, when I bought the model, it came in the mail. It was a mismatched set of decals. Page 2, I believe, was missing, or page 3, something like that. So I ended up going online and I bought some decals from someone to kind of make up for the shortage, but I still didn't get them all. So like I don't have the Aztecing decals for the nacelles. And then of course I did some of my own detail paint, so I didn't put those decals on for where the detail paint is, because I didn't want to cover up my detail paint. So I let those ones slide. So after all that, I just kind of said, and then I went around and I've done a lot of touch-up paint. Let's see if things look pretty good there, with the engineering section, with the impulse engine. And I did the impulse engine as a light reddish color, which I think it's supposed to, I don't remember if it's supposed to be yellow or blue. I don't remember, to be honest with you. But I just did that, what I did. I did okay with the Aztecing. There were some spots that didn't seal down real well, and I really think it's because of the small size of the model. And it was also very apparent on the secondary hull area, where some of those, they just don't want to smooth down right because the dimensions of the surface are so small. So like I said, I was like, okay, I just didn't want to do any more decals, and I just wanted to do some more touch-up paint. in some spots to make it look a little bit better, and that's what I did tonight. And I've polyacryliced it again. It's probably been polyacrylic 3 times. I don't think I've ever polyacrylic a model that much. So this model should, providing it doesn't break or anything like that, it's gonna last for a long time. It looks pretty good, and I'm actually looking at it on camera as I'm filming. I think it looks better on camera than it does in person. And I didn't do entirely accurate paint schemes. I did do some light blue in some spots. It doesn't do it. That's not, I mean, it's where it's not supposed to be there. There's some spots that I was doing accurate paint scheme, and then I ended up painting over it because it wasn't coming out right because the model's so dang small. And I just couldn't get into that nook and cranny with anything to really paint it right. But in as far as the how I feel about it, I'm actually quite happy with the model. I've had several Enterprises in the past when I was younger, which those models are long gone, and I never put that much work into it as I've done with this ship. And of course, as I've said, the Refit is my favorite of all the Star Trek ships, and especially of all the Enterprises. So like I said, I am relatively happy with it. I will have some other models coming for you to see me build, and I'm gonna put this down on its stand and move that into frame, and I'll be right back. All right, like I said, I'd be right back. And so in order to keep people watching, the next model that I'll be doing, and some of you know this, it's on my, been talking about it, and I've had the model in the box for years, and I've not put it together, and it will be my second X-Wing, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a Blue Squadron. So it'll be like one of the X-Wings from Rogue One. So I am really looking forward to doing that. And I know it says, well, it's a Return of the Jedi. There was no Blue Squadron in Return of the Jedi. Yeah, but I have that other X-Wing model that I did, and I'm kind of wanting to move past the Red Squadron, or the Rogue Squadron as it really is, after, by Return of the Jedi. So I'm moving on and going to do Blue Squadron. So let me put that over here, out of the way. And another one that came in, and I got a great deal on it, and I'm looking forward to doing this one as well. And this will be another Star Trek model. So, some of you are like, ooh, yay, Deep Space Nine. Yes, that's right. This is the Cardassian Galore class battlecruiser. This is a pretty cool ship. It doesn't have the highest detail on it. I do like, I was hoping to find an affordable model with a lot of detail on it, but it's still a pretty cool ship. This is I think the 1 in 750 scale one. Yeah. So, yes. I don't know if you could see that on there. 1 right above my thumb. 1 in 750 scale. So it's the decent sized one. This isn't the smaller one. The other thing that I've been kind of contemplating about this, to do something that I've never done, and because this model actually has the room for it to do it a lot easier than some others, is to try and light this guy. And so I might do that. I've never lit a model before, with a lighting system, and that will be fun for me to do because it'll be a new thing. It'll be a whole new experience for me, and so that's something I'm thinking about. And so these are the next two models on the roster. So I am looking at models online to purchase. There's no hobby stores near me except for a Michael's in a few towns away, and they don't ever have any of the sci-fi. I am a sci-fi model guy, basically Star Wars and Star Trek models. I would also do a Battlestar Galactica model if I could find a good deal on one. But I am a cheapo, and I like to get these pretty affordable. I found this one for about $17.90 something or whatever. It was really marked down on Amazon, and there was like a limited number left. So I said, let me get it. And so I'm looking forward to doing this one. Yeah, that. And another thing, if you like any of this content, please subscribe to my channel. You want to ring the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming or is out. You want to click like on the video and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch everybody on the next video.